Hey, welcome back to Vinny the Axe. Today I want to give you an update on the Knaggs Stevens-J guitar, which I did an unboxing a few weeks back, and I've had some time with the guitar now. And I have to tell you, this guitar is absolutely outstanding. This is probably one of my favorite guitar buys that I've ever done. This thing is just, not only does it sound outstanding, it plays outstanding, and the build quality is outstanding. So it checks all three boxes. The neck profile is great. It's got a slightly chunky neck to it, but it's not anything that's unplayable to a person who plays with thinner necks. It is really just a comfortable C shape. It reminds me a little bit of a 60s style Les Paul guitar in a way. Now, I have to say that I was in the market for a Gibson Les Paul. That's where this all started. And because a lot of the guitar shops are shutting down now, you know, years ago I used to travel and do like guitar shop hopping for the weekend with some buddies. And now any of the guitar shops I go in, you know, nine times out of 10 they don't have anything decent in there. It's trash. Or if you go into the larger box stores, the guitars are trashed. They're either, you know, of course they're not set up, the strings are rotted on them, they're dented, somebody's, you know, molested them, whatever the case may be. So it's really hard to kind of, you know, buy a new guitar, especially if you're OCD and you want something that's not damaged and you're paying full price out of the gate, right? So that's difficult on its own. The second thing was, when I was looking at a Gibson Les Paul, most of the ones I seen online, there is a ton of them in the scratch and dent section, or the, how do you say, the blemish section. And these blemishes aren't somebody bought it and like scratched it. It is literally like QC problems where the nut has cracks on the side of it in the finish, or there's blemishes in the binding or something like that. And it just kind of leads me to believe, like, you know, maybe they're making too many and they're not really looking at, you know, nitpicking what they're putting out, which, you know, some people are okay with or whatever, but when you're paying top dollar, you know, for a guitar nowadays, I think there should be some attention to detail, you know. I mean, especially like the Asian market knocks it out of the park. They put out, you know, an LP copy and, you know, for $600-700, and it may not sound the best, the wiring may not be the greatest, the pickups may not be the best, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the attention to detail has less blemishes in it. So, you know, I was a little skeptical about buying another Les Paul. And then the other thing is, there's so many fakes out there that I don't even, you know, I could tell most of the fakes, but not all of them, especially with just photographs online. It's really hard to tell. So I was looking for an alternative, and I was looking at Nick Huber again, to get another Nick Huber or something to that effect. And then, you know, it dawned on me that I had owned a Nags in the past, and it was I think it's pronounced Knaggs J. I'm not really sure. It's like a Les Paul Junior style guitar, and it had double humbuckers in it. I just never jived with the color. I'm really big on that. Like, it was like this flat satin Ferrari red color, and it just, to me, I just didn't like the color. Just something about it. Maybe it was the satin finish, and that color just didn't do it for me. So I wound up selling it. But the guitar sounded amazing. I actually pulled the Seymour Duncan JB set, because I'm not a JB fan. Go look at some of my other videos where I just changed out the JB out of my custom shop. I'm just not a fan of that pickup personally. The tonality of it and the power of it, I don't like it. So I wound up changing the JB set out, and I put a set of bare knuckles in, and they were like the bare knuckle old guard set, I think, which is just a basic, they're like standard low end, I don't know if low end is a word, but it's just like the off the shelf, not custom, you know, PAF set. And I put it in there, and that made that guitar sounded awesome. And I wound up selling it, and the person I sold it to was super happy with it. But this guitar, I took a chance on, you know, pink. I built a guitar in shell pink. I kind of like shell pink. You know, it's, you know, a cool 50s color. So, you know, would I have preferred another color? Maybe. But I got this secondhand. The guy had it only used it sparingly or not at all. It was in a collection. And I wound up getting it off of him for a great price. The guy hooked me up. Amazing deal. There isn't a mark on the guitar. It's just in perfect shape. You know, and it was like an omen, because the number 414, that's my anniversary to my wife, who I absolutely adore. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to grab this thing and then go with it, you know. So the guitar turned out to be amazing. The pickups sound really, really good, and I was worried. I thought that the Steve Stevens signature model pickups were like a JB set, but they are not. They don't sound anything like a JB whatsoever, which I'm super pleased with. I think the guitar just sounds great. The tonality is awesome. The pickup set is great. It's a slightly hotter PAF style pickup, but yet it's got clarity, it's got note separation, it's got definition. It's amazing. And you know what's cool is this particular model, Steve Stevens guitar, is a flat top like a Junior. So I like that. I don't need all the frills. I don't need the arch top, because then you have the pick guard thing sometimes, and there's like a drop off with your hand. I like to like anchor my pinky sometimes to the top deck here. So I was, looking for something kind of like this, and like a Les Paul meets a Junior kind of idea. So I jumped on it. Not to mention, it doesn't have a wraparound bridge. It's got a standard, tailpiece end bridge, which is great. And the inlays. I was sold on the inlays. It's different. It's refreshing. I like how it cascades like from larger to smaller as it goes down the neck. And, I know it's got Steve Stevens' thing on there. I'm not really big into signature model guitars because I don't play like Steve Stevens. But you know what? The guy gets great tone. He's a great player, amazing player. So, it doesn't matter. The guitar plays so good, I don't care whose signature's on the headstock or, logo or whatever. It just absolutely sounds fantastic. And I know I'm going on and on about this guitar, but I'm so excited about it, and I've been waiting to give you an update on this guitar. It's got, there's no tummy cut, there's no arm bevel contour or anything. It's just a flat plank, Junior style body. The horn has got large access here, so you can kind of get into the upper frets, which is really, really nice. And I just think the world of it, man. I have to say that I don't think I'm going to get rid of this guitar, either. I've been selling so many things over the years. I buy something, I love it for 5 minutes and sell it, but I don't think I'm going to get rid of this. I really am jiving with this. And the reason why I say it is because when I'm jamming on this guitar, sometimes an hour will go by, or 2 hours, where I've just been playing on it nonstop. And that's a telltale sign right there. It's not like I'm like, oh, wow, this thing's awesome. Play it for 15 minutes, hang it up. I'm literally just jamming to backing tracks. I'm jamming to stuff on, YouTube or whatever, or just drum tracks, and I just get lost in this guitar. And sometimes I pull off stuff that I'm playing, like, wow, did I just pull that off? I can't believe I played that, and probably will never play it again. But that's a telltale sign that you're really into the guitar. I don't notice the neck, which means it's comfortable. It's kind of like shoes, right? So the way you have a comfortable pair of shoes is that you don't notice that they're on your feet. That's how you know. Not like, oh, wow, these are really comfy or whatever, or, ow, these really hurt my feet. You don't even notice that they're there because your feet are not bothering you. Same thing with this neck profile. The guitar is so comfortable that I don't even go, wow, the neck is really fat, or wow, this neck is so thin, or whatever the case may be, or wow, this profile is odd. It is just, I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it and loving it. So, and unfortunately, I've gathered some really good guitars lately that I wanted to sell to recoup some money to pay off some other things, but I don't want to get rid of them now because they play so good. So I have a really kind of diverse kind of collection now, and I'll probably do a video on the collection. I've got down to 5 guitars, which is odd all in itself, a rarity, whatever you want to call it. But I'll do a video on that. I'm going to go through it and go through the reasons why those guitars are in the collection and so forth. Anyway, I got some other videos coming up soon. Got a couple more of those videos where I'm working on the bench, cleaning up other people's guitars, and then setting them up and then demoing them. So, stay tuned. Please like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel. This channel's in its building stage, and I really want to elevate it to the next level. And what really helps that out is the algorithms, apparently, the mystical forces on YouTube, and I guess that all has to do with subscribers and likes and notification stuff. So I hate to beg for it, but if you wouldn't mind doing it, it takes a couple of seconds and you get updated on all the new stuff that comes out from the channel. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching Vinny the Axe. Take it easy.